Então, voltamos aqui. Fiz um chazinho. Comi alguma coisinha. E é isso, vamos lá.
You're on a path in the woods.
Tá. Então fizemos o de fugir, o de não matar ela e o... Vamos tentar um que eu vou ficar tipo... Porque aquele lá eu meio que fiquei tipo... mato, mas não mato. Essa daqui eu vou de... matar, velho. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolução. Viva la revolução! Agora eu vou ser tipo aquele cara que quer... tipo, só quer matar ela pra ganhar essa recompensa e coisa, tá ligado?
That's the spirit.
Vamos lá.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
Me diga.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she...
Esquipar, né? Tá. Vamos pra cabine. Daí a gente pega a lâmina. E entra. Eu não vi a voz dela, mas... Não dá pra ver as corzinhas, tristeza. Tem que cuidar às vezes quando vai pular. Mas eu acho que é tipo... Só vou descer.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Ih, ela tá com aquela... Aquela... Vai virar aquela demônio de novo? Cara, você é aquele assassino sanguinário, velho.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it?
Essa eu matei sem dificuldade?
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Claro que não, ela deve ter alguma coisa.
It's
perto da
over.
manga.
You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there.
Que manga? Ela não tem manga. Isso daqui não é uma manga, não é?
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
É, o pulso não tem
I
problema.
really don't think you should do that.
Por que você tá falando isso, narrador?
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Será que eu tento tirar a espada? Porque eu não quero checar o pulso dela. Eu vou tirar a espada.
You lean down and wrap your hand around the blade's hilt. But as you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel a sharp and sudden jab in your side.
Oxi!
What was that?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
Ela tinha uma arma.
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth.
Então,
Everything goes dark, and you
acho que vai ser
die.
aquele mesmo de antes. The Razor. Eu não lembro se foi o The Razor que a gente tinha pegado outra vez.
You're on a path in the woods, and you're here to slay her.
Tá, isso. Ignora, vamos pra cabine.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat. It couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing
Voice
this,
of
aren't we?
cheated.
I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
Oh, literalmente é do dinheiro, velho, que eu tinha falado antes.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Vamos ver o que a voz do dinheiro tem a dizer para nós. Cara, tem quantos finais isso?
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Então, eu pego a lâmina,
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands.
eu olho pro
You
espelho.
walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall.
Então, como
You
sempre,
reach forward and
sempre
rub.
acontece
There was
isso.
a mirror. Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
Então a gente entra no basement agora, beleza. Vamos ver como ele vai estar.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Scraping? She's not even trying to hide her knife. It's like she wants to get in our head.
Ah, ela tá com... Tá.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
Ela vai tá com uma arma
Her
gigantesca.
grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Então,
Yeah, she thinks she's better than
No.
us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
claro, né? Ela tá com os bagulho pra trás.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Não. Tipo, eu vou com calma. Eu sei que ela tá armado e provavelmente eu vou morrer se eu chegar perto. Sabe? Ah, eu gostaria de confiar em você, mas você está sendo muito suspeita agora.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh?
Huh.
Silly little bird face thinks he's so serious coming down here but doesn't know anything. Thinks he can tell me to get rid of all the knives I don't even have while he gets to wave one around right in front of me. I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her. She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who is armed? You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Então, se eu chegar mais perto, você vai apenas me esfaquear, não vai?
What? No! No! I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason. And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now?
Eu acho, sim.
You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, then we'll continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Então, se você tem uma faca, eu vou deixar você sair daqui se você dropar.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife? And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Meu Deus, é psicopata.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death. Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
Não, né, narrador? Não. Se prove que você não tem uma
It would be
faca.
so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you. But I don't have one, so I can't.
Não, será mesmo?
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
Eu sei que ela tem. Em algum lugar ela tem.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
Mas se você estiver escondendo um lugar secreto.
I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would never hide something sharp somewhere secret. Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp and flat.
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
Caralho, mudou a voz.
I'm inclined to believe her on that one. She seems serious.
Essa daí foi séria.
Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden
mas eu não
somewhere. We know for a fact she's armed.
Você lembra o que aconteceu a última vez?
Last time? If somebody came into my house and stabbed me to death and then I killed him, surely I would remember that.
Claro que ela lembra.
But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
Last time? What are you talking? It's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth. I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember. Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
Eu não tenho a chave.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
Olha, eu sei que você tá... tipo... Puta. Mad, tipo, meio que estressada, né? Comigo. Mas eu... Que a gente tem que deixar o que passou como o que passou.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach. Okay, I'm bored now.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
Não me diga.
How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains. And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion. And then she slices through her arm. Okay, maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it. And use it you do. But unfortunately for you, and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched.
Não me diga. Olha a laminazinha, velho.
You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange, before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defence. She's much better at this than she was last time. Yeah, it's unreal. Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
And with a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Capítulo 3.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
Mano, mas o que aconteceu?
You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now? The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight. What's the point of fighting if she's just going to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces. Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
And what if we never do?
So? Are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Caramba.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
Eita.
But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying all over again. Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
O quê? Oh no, no, this idea sucks think of something better. Morri, eu tenho que caçar de uma opção.
Yeah, that's right, we just have to think. There's probably an answer if we think.
Mas a gente vai morrer se a gente
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
You don't have time to finish your thought. In a moment she's across the room, blades flashing in the dim starlight. She skewers you. Ow. What a surprise. Yeah, we don't even get a second to think without her stabbing us.
Oh, a new one of us.
I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead, and that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another... us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
As long as we keep moving.
Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might stand any kind of chance.
Come on, show me something new.
Okay, plan. Now.
We are going to let her stab us, and we are going to have a stiff upper lip about it. Eu não sei o que é isso. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it. I'm panicking. I want to panicking. Isso não funciona e ela vai matando você novamente, novamente. Sua memória embaça e sua consciência fica pulando, acho, se eu não me engano, de vida para vida para vida, segurando apenas em fragmentos, como se fossem fragmentos do conflito que...
Just panic! Flee!
Paranoico.
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder.
Stubborn.
She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Then you skewer yourself.
Quê? Mano, ela tá ficando pior cada vez que passa também?
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman. She skewers you.
You're cute.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again.
She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels.
She skewers you.
Meu Deus, não para.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Oxi. Capítulo 4?
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Ho-ho! What if...
O contrário.
Throw it out the window. Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore. Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? I'm sure I can think of a better way to die.
They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything.
The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only...
It's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
Don't care, just want to win.
Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
Meu Deus, tá tipo roupa de lâmina.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because...
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Eu imaginava que ela ia virar tipo cera de...
Holy shit!
De lâminas.
She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Esse cara, velho.
Yes, behold, the perfect woman. Do you think we can throw her out the window?
Oh, se desse contrário.
That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it. What just happened? It's so quiet.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Eu não ajo. Por você não fazer nada, seu corpo se mexe sozinho. A princesa golpeia conforme você aproxima. Mas quando o golpe finaliza, né, seu arco, você já está em outro lugar.
You're incredible.
Suas armas colidem de novo e de novo. Você e ela entrando em um ritmo de livre pensamento e Live selfings. The Ebb, eu não sei o que é Ebb. O Flow é... Tá. Flow é corrente. Quanto mais fundo você cai em seu jogo, mais rápido seu coração bate, né? E mais rapidamente o momento volleys between you. I'm endlessly building person and then sua lâmina golpeia livre de volition. Cara, é umas palavras que complicado, velho. Tipo, não é comum de se ler em inglês isso. Water and stew. Master yourself and vanquish a strong foe. Os dois golpes são letais, mas nenhum de vocês irá sobreviver. Mas nenhum de vocês irá ter medo do que virá. Isso é um final bom. Vocês não se viram um ao outro morrer e nunca verão. É tempo para você sair, essas memórias voltam. Você foi pra cima do espelho e eu olho para minha reflexão. As sobras. You have unraveled. Então vamos para a cabine. Você está na cabine e se aproxima dela.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Você acha que tem pessoas fora daqui?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Você acha que alguma coisa é real fora daqui? Você acha que a gente é real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Caramba. Você tem algum pensamento sobre isso?
This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Então eu vou voltar.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Ah, então a próxima vez a parte final?
I will be here, waiting for you.
Ok. Tá, última parte. E veremos o que vai acontecer.
You're on a path in the woods.
Não, sem revolução. Não quero recompensa. Eu vou fazer aquela que eu finjo salvar ela e no final eu mato agora. Vamos ver o que vai acontecer. Tem essa opção ainda, né? Então só vamos.
You may...
Ignoro, vamos. Pego a lâmina, entro no basement. Falo oi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on
Ah,
down.
ela tá com o bagulhinho que eu não gosto, velho, que ela vai virar do mal.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the
Eu posso fazer
basement.
aquela que eu mato e eu tipo vou embora, tá ligado?
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Então esquipamos e vamos ver aqui. Estou aqui apenas para falar.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it? And then we...
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do.
Então, eu dropo dessa vez.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just... talk.
Será?
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Isso é bem estranho.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
Me foi me contada várias coisas, mas eu não sei no que acreditar.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
Nossa, ela foi muito direta. Como posso tirar você daqui?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
Vixe.
She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Qual é o seu nome? Vamos ver se
She
ela fala.
hesitates before answering.
Vamos ver.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Que a gente conversou
Oh,
demais.
have you decided what to do with me?
Sim.
You
Vamos ver
know
as
why
opções
you're
que vai
here.
ter. Oh, o quê? Eu posso Tá, eu acho que eu vou primeiro examinar as correntes, vamos ver.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for.
Essas manas falam. Se não tiver uma chave, tem uma ideia além de cortar fora daqui, praticamente?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Caralho.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the... Is someone else here?
Tá, ele vai trancar.
You try the door. You're here to...
Mas foi trancado. Eu volto.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier for who? Easier for
Eu
everyone.
ignoro porque isso aqui a gente já viu.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Eu vou salvar. Cara, eu falei que eu ia fazer a rota de matar, mas eu tô afim de fazer a rota de salvar, velho. Tô achando interessante.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive. You cut into her. The blade is sharp, and you make quick. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face. How is she so composed after losing an arm?
Já viu, não?
It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Coisa, só que em vez de ela, tipo, gostar de mim, ela tá tipo, foda-se pra você.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Eu posso até tentar fazer o de matar, mas eu acho que vai ser diferente, eu quero dar uma olhada.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Cara, tá sendo muito diferente que a outra.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Como tiver, a gente pode mudar as ações. Prisioneiro? Ia ser engraçado se eu tivesse preso e ela tivesse me salvado.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to slay her.
Tá. Só vamos, né? Vamos pra
A
cabine.
warning before you go. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her... Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Vamos lá, vamos ver como vai estar dessa vez.
The interior of the cabin is
Parece
less a
similar.
cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Eu vou pegar a lâmina.
You take good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
E vamos entrar. Vamos ver se vai estar alguma coisa diferente.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first?
Vamos ver.
You walk down the
What?
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves, the chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Ah? Dá pra deixar... Ai, meu Deus.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Perguntar da outra corrente.
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Calma, vamos com calma.
Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in.
Vamos ver.
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
Acredito que ela não tá mesmo.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
A contingency for what?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Você estava perguntando sobre as minhas intenções mais cedo. O que você quis dizer com isso?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
Ah, ela virou Julian, simples, não?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Concordo. Ah, como é suposto eu cortar você fora? Se você não percebeu, sua cabeça também tem uma corrente.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
Osh, okay.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Quero inspecionar a...
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Mas vamos.
And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am.
Eu vou inspecionar.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Excuse me?
Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Become your own jailer.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Concordo.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Vamos ver.
No. Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Nós dois estamos presos aqui.
Yep.
Nossa. Nenhuma
Nope.
conversa. Tipo, small shout. Small talk pra ficar falando algumas coisinhas, sabe?
That's rude.
Só fica no silêncio.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger.
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude.
Nossa, ela não fala nada, velho. Espera em silêncio.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Until suddenly, there are no walls. And then... And?
Ele sumiu.
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Ai, não queria que tivesse acabado assim. Maldita corrente, velho. Você não tem uma chance para responder. E nunca terá. Está na hora de sair.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror?
Sim. Então vamos lá.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear. Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you. Feels too good to be true.
E vamos olhar para o meu reflexo. Vamos ver a merda que deu agora. E eu não sou nada. Mas isso não está certo. Você não pode ser nada. Você foca novamente em se enfocar, em se encarar. E você vê isso, uma figura. Faith unveiled in shadow just beyond your reflection. Tipo, eu vejo tipo um pouco, tipo, como se fosse uma silhueta. Você sou
I think you know what I am.
narrador? Uma rachadura surge do centro do espelho. Dividindo a imagem do vidro em dois. Outro crack se forma. E outra. E o espelho se torna um monte de pedaços quebrados de vidro. Meu Deus, o que aconteceu? Meu Deus, tem muita pergunta. Então você é o narrador. Eu tava pensando quando...
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Meu Deus. O que você é? Uma coisa
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Ah, ele tá desaparecendo conforme as perguntas que eu faço. Que lugar é esse? Onde a gente
A
está?
construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done, and it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
Caralho. Você é uma parte de mim ou você é alguma
No,
outra coisa?
I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
Você tem alguma coisa pra dizer sobre essa comoção
I
que
do.
está acontecendo?
The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Tá. Você sabe sobre o loops. Quantas vezes eu encontrei você? Não. Nossa. Que a princesa, você criou ela...
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you.
Boa noite.
This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Se eu destruir ela, não ficarei sozinho?
Yes, you will, but it will all be worth it.
Por que você quer que eu destrua o conceito de transformação?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
Uma das perguntas lá embaixo, de novo. Por que você quer se livrar do mundo da morte?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
Qual a minha verdadeira identidade?
You're the long quiet,
Ah,
the
eu
god
sou
I
o-
made to rid the world of death.
Ele é um eco que criou um deus. Fique sem perguntas. Uou. Diga nada e veja ele acabar. Rest easy. I'm going to destroy her. Oh my god. não sei, não me decidi o que eu vou fazer ainda. Eu preciso saber o que ela pensa sobre tudo sobre
I've
isso.
said my piece, and my time is up.
Tchau, narrador. Você é chato, mas eu te entendo.
It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Até mais. E o meu último fragmento de vidro se despedaça. Você vê você tipo de uma clareza diferente, uma nova clareza. O narrador estava correto. Você é o The Long Quiet. Um vasto e inocente igual Deus, né? Está na hora de você finalmente acordar. Porque tudo isso é você. Proceder para a cabine uma última vez. Quando você chega no coração das coisas, não tem um vassalo final para você tipo, presenciar assim. Não tem nada para se encontrar.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
O que acontece agora?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
Ok.
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Cara, mas não dá pra matar ela, tipo, ela é transformação, ela é literalmente imortal. I think it's time for us to leave this place. Não. Tem muitas histórias que não foram finalizadas. A gente realmente precisa sair.
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Vamos conversar sobre isso. Eu tenho muitas perguntas e eu preciso das respostas antes de eu ter minha escolha.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
Cara, eu tô muito na dúvida. Eu quero minha independência. Fala como se o mundo não pudesse existir sem ela. Mas eu existo sem você, que ela.
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, then alive and dead and alive and dead all at once.
Eu tô ficando maluco.
You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
Tem certeza? Não, não vou me render. Eu vou apelar pra minha humanidade compartilhada. Eu falo sobre a vida e a morte e a mudança e estagnação. Mas não é isso que é sobre isso. Que é sobre isso.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me. My masses mob you. There is no beginning to them, and there is no end. And there is no end. There is only the flood of bodies. There is only the flood of bodies. In every moment you hold every possible sensation. Every moment you hold every possible sensation. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything.
Ai, parem de
We
falar.
everything again. We can weave a beautiful...
Tô ficando maluco. This has always just been about us. Two people forced to hurt each other again and again and again, but you don't have to hurt each other anymore. Tecnicamente, talvez. Não, acho que eu vou continuar pela independência, foda-se.
Time you've spent away from me is still time spent in reference to me. Even then, both of us are more than our bodies. Am I not in the trees? Am I not in the cabin? Am I not in you?
Your lever drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
Eu não estaria aqui se destruir você deixaria toda a realidade embaçada e sem cor.
You place far too much trust into the ravings of a fearful and ignorant soul who overstepped his bounds.
What is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that fear it.
Eu vou continuar falando da independência. Eu prefiro confiar numa alma ignorante que morreu tentando fazer as coisas melhores do que um Deus que deixou a roda do sofrimento girar para sempre.
Intent is nothing. Wisdom is everything. I turn the wheel because suffering is a falsehood, a delusion. It is up to the world to free itself of it. Would you plunge yourself into a cold and empty eternity on faith alone? Would you destroy the only other thing like you to save a world you've never seen?
Ao combate entre vocês, acho que se acalma. Você começa a tremer e você começa rapidamente a se dissolver.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Essa última é braba. Você fez tudo o que você podia pra fazer eu entender a sua perspectiva, mas você acaba meio que ignorando a minha. Se você acha que pode mudar a minha, então eu posso ser capaz de mudar a sua.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Uou! Não, faz isso sozinho nem fudendo. Você não tem ideia de como é bom escutar você.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? Then let's go.
Bora lá.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
Meu Deus, eu tô vendo ali fora. Tá. É apenas eu e você? Mais alguém conseguiu chegar até a cabine?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Eu pego a lâmina.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Entrar no porão, bora.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
Desce as escadas.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Conversar com ela nunca dá bem, né, velho? Bora. Tá diferente, tá bem diferente. Você é a mesma? É a mesma que está lá fora?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
Como assim? Hã? Eu não gostaria de matar você. Mas eu não tenho... Não sei outra opção.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Sim. Se... Isso daqui é foda. Meu Deus, tá complicado. A gente vai se encontrar novamente aqui, eventualmente.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
Sei. Não tem problema. Ok, então vamos fazer isso. Eu acredito no seu plano.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
Putz. Cara, é complicado eu falar eu amo você. Sendo que a maioria das coisas que aconteceu foi ruim. Eu prefiro falar te vejo em breve.
Hey, I love you.
Cara, essa eu não esperava. Pera, o quê?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Quê?
And in the basement of that cabin
Dá
is
pra
a
voltar?
princess.
E eu acho que é isso, né? Eu vou... Cara...
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You are on the path of the woods. Acabou. Cara. Foda. Cara, que jogo bom, mano. Que jogo bom. Cara, recomendo muito esse jogo. Cara, pra qualquer tipo de pessoa, velho. Muito bom, muito bom. Cara, é incrível que como... cara, é um jogo muito simples. Que é, tipo, literalmente uma visual novel. Esse foi o final que eu peguei ou não? Our song, the princess, the world ender, the fury, the shifting mound movement. Que é isso? Cara, muito bom, velho. Tipo, cara, recomendo ter essa... Cada um que conseguir ter essa própria experiência com esse jogo, velho. Make your playlist. Que jogo bom, velho. Assim, tá de parabéns. E é isso. Finalizamos por aqui. E provavelmente vou trazer mais desse jogo. Muito, muito bom mesmo. E vamos ver os outros finais, né? Tem muita coisa, muitas possibilidades ainda, né? A gente pegou provavelmente uns 6 finais. Tem muita coisa a mais que a gente pode conseguir ainda. Muitas possibilidades. Muito, muito parabéns pro pessoal que criou essa história incrível, velho. Gosto pra caralho dessas histórias que tem, tipo, opção e tu pode mudar a história dependendo do que você faz. Cada um tem sua própria experiência no jogo. É fantástico, fantástico. Então é isso. E te vejo no próximo vídeo.